Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to Inspiration Morning Live. I am Christina Crowley. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. I help people who are going after their passion. It's something I really love to do. It's something, I knew that I love to do for myself as a multi-passionate person. And Well, first, let me say thank you for being here today with me. If you're here with me live, thank you so much. And if you're joining me in the replay, I really appreciate you too. As you know, our schedules don't always match, and I am moving this broadcast to be more about 7:05 a.m. in the morning, Mountain Time, and 7:05 because I like the 5. I like being just a little after 7. You can choose on the 5s within Be Live. And so that's kind of why I went that way. And, I decided to do 13. Let me see what my official title for this is. I'm going to look over at my page for a moment. 13 ways to show a little love to yourself and others. And I decided to do that today because, there is so much going on in the world. And I think there's always a lot that goes on in the world, but with the internet, cable TV, with 50 channels of news, with, coffee, water cooler talk, you can't kind of get away from it. It's hard to get away from it. It's hard to not hear everything. And I'm not saying we should ever cocoon and not hear anything, but I think it's difficult. And I have notes today, just in case I need them. But I think during times like this, it's easy to feel powerless. It's easy to feel, like, what can I do? And it's easy to let it get you down. I know I work from home. I'm alone all day. I have Millie, my dog, and my 2 kitties, Winston and Percy. And of course I can call my sisters and my friends, and I do connect with other people who work from home within what I do. But it can get you down. And I feel like if it gets me down, if I feel down, then, and I do this show to talk about things that, inspire us, that keep us going, that help us lift us up rather than pull us down, that give us words of inspiration, words of encouragement, words of people who've been there, words of people who've done that. So that's why I decided to do my 13 things. And I have a bonus. I have a couple of bonus ones. But in this, I want to ask you to set your intention. Set your intention for yourself. Set your intention for how you want the day to go. Set your intention for being at peace, being calm. For me, I turn off the TV at 7 a.m. and I don't turn it on until 5 p.m. For me, that's my intention to myself, to just kind of block out everything that's going on. And with my business, I do look at Facebook from time to time. And you do see those things pop up in your news feed. So I'm not totally immune to it. I can't just totally, put it outside of my life until I get my work done, of the things that are happening, like Barcelona and the repercussions from Charlottesville and everything that's happened over the past year or 2 or 10, and on and on and on. Because I realized that it's so sad that those things happen. But that's why I think that, it's easy to disconnect. It's easy to deny, to lash out, to be, to become part of that. But I think it's just as easy to find ways to show yourself love, to show yourself compassion, to show others that love and compassion. Not change people. I don't talk about changing others. I talk about ourselves. And that's what I really like to talk about. So let's start on my 13 for this morning. And my first one is, when someone does something loving for you, tell everybody about it. Spread the news. The world needs to hear about the really kind, nice things that go on in your life. The things the genuine things that people do for you. Did somebody, bring you a coffee today? Did somebody, sit at lunch with you and have a nice conversation with you? Did somebody give you a compliment on your work? What kind of a nice thing, did somebody do that was loving for you? Did somebody cook dinner for you? What loving thing did somebody do for you? Tell the world about it. Tell your friends about it. Say, gosh, that was nice. Spread the kind, good words. I think that's a really awesome, nice thing to do. And it's something simple to do. None of these things truly cost any money. And so let's go into the second one. Donate blood. When there are such tragedies around the world and even locally, what we can do in our area, in our town, is donate blood. It takes 1 hour time, and if you're able to donate blood, then go ahead and do it. It saves up to 3 lives, I think. I think they can use your one donation of blood to save more lives. And it is a selfless, kind act, something to do. And I think it's a wonderful thing. My third is thank your blank. Thank your mom. Thank your dad. Thank your coworker. Thank them for who they are. Thank them for their kindness. Thank them for just being. It's a powerful thing to do, and it does show compassion, and it connects with other people. People like feeling appreciated. They like feeling that they have someone on their side. We don't always agree. But, thank your mom and dad for everything they did for you. If your mom and dad aren't around, thank somebody else for everything they do for you. For me, I would thank my sisters for so lovingly supporting me, literally and physically, supporting me, but also their support in my endeavors, their kind thoughtfulness within that. Their support is forever helpful. Alrighty, so number 4. You're on your computer, you're on Facebook, you're watching Facebook Live. Why not give 3 compliments? Go through your friends, go through a few posts, say 3 nice things to 3 random people that you normally wouldn't. Give 3 nice comments. It's something easy to do, and it makes people feel good. It spreads out appreciation. Alrighty, so then number 5, whether you're walking at the mall, you're walking down the street, you're walking at work, when you pass someone, smile and say hello. Just smile and say hello. They may not say it back because, when we walk by people, there is that kind of a barrier we put up. And there's a shyness sometimes. There's also you don't know how their day is going. Maybe they're having a crap day. And maybe you, smiling and saying hello, will do whatever inside of them. But it's about you giving. It's about giving. This one, I read some more and I've experienced these, is, those little libraries that you see in certain places. It's a little box on somebody's lawn that has books in it. Go to one of those. If you have books to give, replenish it. Give some books. If you see a book in there that you genuinely like, take it. That's what they're for. I first saw those when I was walking a client's dog near Wash Park here in Denver. And, it started a conversation with one of the neighbors there. She was a great lady. She was in visiting her son from the East Coast, and she was going to put in a book. And she told me, do you like, that kind of a book? And I said, yeah, I do. That's the kind of a book I like. She goes, and you'll love this. And she handed me the book. And I usually have the book really close by because it was she put a note in there. She put a note in there how much she loved the book and why she loved the book. She put in a lot of thought to what the book she was going to put in this free little library. And it was on her son's lawn. Now, they have them in a lot of places. I've taken photos of them and I put them on my Instagram. They're unique. They're works of art, but they're free little libraries. And it's about community. It expresses community. So, fill it up or take one that you would love to read and read it and enjoy it, savor it. Alrighty, so the next one, number 7. Acknowledge the people who take care of things. Acknowledge the people who clean up after you, whether it be at work or at home. Acknowledge the people who, your mail carrier. I know, in our neighborhood, we like to joke about our mail carrier because he's not the most detail-oriented for a job where you need to be detail-oriented. And that's a nice way of putting it. So acknowledge the people who take care of you. Acknowledge the waiter, the server who, refills your glass with water. Acknowledge, the janitor who empties your garbage. Acknowledge, good morning, hello. I am talking about 13 ways to, it was to connect with people, but this is to show love and appreciation and connect with yourself. So love for yourself or others. I was moved by, all of the events we see, especially Barcelona and Charlottesville. And I think, though I talk a lot about doing for yourself, and you're only going to change yourself and working on yourself. Yes, but, and also how to show it to others. I think that's important. And I'm on number 7. I'm going to move on to number 8. Number 8 is be genuine about the real things in your life, about the hard things in your life. Being genuine. Hello, good morning. I see we have more joining us. Being genuine, it draws support. It draws connection. It brings togetherness. You may, when we have a conversation, sometimes they're on, the basic level, but being genuine about, the hard things in your life, about the things you need support, about what's really going on. And not to just anybody, not to everybody, but be genuine in your caring, be genuine in your whatever within the relationships of your life. It helps people feel not alone. Alrighty, and then number 9, ask yourself, how can I love myself right now? How can I love myself right now? For me, loving myself right now would be taking a walk with Millie. For some of us, it would be have a bubble bath and go ahead and do that. Do that thing. For me, I think, I like to end early on Fridays. One nice thing I could do for myself is, go walk at the mall. I used to walk at the mall all the time after my surgeries because it was, slick outside. My healing went into the winter months, so we had a hard winter that year. So I couldn't go walking outside. I did. And I walked at the mall because I enjoyed it. So be that. Be that love to yourself. Do something loving. Number 10 is opt out of gossip. This is a hard one. It is just opt out of the gossip. When I worked in offices, there were times when I decided I'm going to opt out of the gossip. It wasn't easy. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me. I'm talking about 13 loves way to show love to yourself and to others. And my number 10 is opting out of gossip. When you opt out of gossip, it shows love for yourself and respect for yourself. It's hard. It is really hard because naturally we're curious, but it goes into number 11, and that is modeling the behavior you want to be, modeling the behavior you want to see. Opting out of gossip is it's modeling kindness. So model kindness to others, model kindness you want to see what is the one thing that ticks you off. And it could be bad drivers. So model being a good driver. let people in, show that kindness, letting people into the lane. Just model the behavior you want to see, whatever it is. And number 12 is maybe this weekend, box up all the food that you don't eat, that just is been in your pantry, that before it goes out of date, and bring it to the food pantry. Bring it to your local pantry. It is something nice you can do for others. And if you're not going to use it, then bring it somewhere where they can use it, or a family can use it, or somebody who's struggling at the moment can use it. They need it. They need a hand up. Alrighty, so number 13 is cook something and share it with someone. Bake up a batch of cookies. Maybe maybe you have some sort of special dietary needs. Well, cook up something that is special to you and share it with others so they can share in what is important to you. I've been working on gluten-free. I've been working on Wheat Belly. And this weekend, I'm going to cook up some recipes. And I will share it with my sister, but say if you have a special dietary need, let people, experience what that is. Maybe they'll enjoy it. I would say do something sweets because people like sweets, but cook something and share it with someone. Or just cooking in general. Cook up your best lasagna. Cook up your best anything and share it with someone. It builds and brings community. And also cooking something yourself. I think it tastes better than something out of the package. I know my lasagna tastes better than the best lasagna out of the package. And there's a lot of good lasagnas out there that, come pre-made. But the smell in the house isn't quite the same as simmering the sauce for quite a while and then putting together the noodles and the cheeses. Mine tastes better. And, it's also something that, continues on for a few days. If you have leftovers and you enjoy them, then they carry on that experience. Alrighty, so one thing I want to add is that when you choose to be loving to yourself and you choose to be loving to others and you do kind gestures, you're choosing a powerful tool. It is a powerful tool. If you don't like what's going on in the world, but you don't know what to do and you don't know how to change it. There's times when I feel that way. I'm here working in my home. I don't know how to affect change across the country, let alone across the world. But I know that within my own life, I can raise that vibration. I can be kind to others. I can give Millie a longer walk today. I can say hello to people as I walk by them. I'm going to go to the mall today. I have some things to do. I can say hello to the people as I walk by rather than being my own quiet self and in my own journey. I can fill up some of those little libraries with books that I've been meaning to get rid of. And yesterday morning I was thinking there are some things that I could donate. I could, use to have somebody else love them. Be that love to yourself. Be that genuineness. Set your intentions. Be generous. And I think just be generous. Now, my last one, my bonus, my number, I guess it could be 14, but I'm going to call it a bonus because I like the number 13. I think 13 can be a lucky number. Now, it is Friday, but it's not Friday the 13th. I think they can really be a luck. But my bonus today is joining the 5 Things Clear Challenge. Simon Jordan, I'm going to put this in there. I have the link already set up. He does 5 Things Clear, and he lives in Wales, and he has set up the 5 Things Clear, and it's clear 5 things. Pick up 5 pieces of garbage. He was very disheartened when he came across a bird. He lives on the coast in Wales that was all caught up in some sort of a mesh or fishing line. He took it to a vet and they got it cleaned up, but he felt that if there wouldn't have been the garbage there in the first place, that wouldn't have happened. I mean, he's a very compassionate person and he has one planet, one place. So he started Five Things Clear. He started picking up 5 pieces of garbage every day. And he started a movement. And so maybe on your 5 Things Clear, pick up 5 pieces of garbage and nominate 5 people who you know living in any area. There's garbage everywhere. There's even garbage around my neighborhood. And I live in a pretty clean neighborhood. So pick up 5 pieces of garbage, take your picture of it, maybe join Simon's group and pass it on. Nominate somebody else. So he was kind of inspired by the, I can't think of it, the water bucket challenge. And he did that, and he thought it was, as he put it, it was quite painful. Putting a bucket of ice water over you, it does make you feel something. It really does. And, but picking up 5 pieces of garbage, 5 pieces of trash, that really does make a difference. It makes your world more beautiful. And it lifts the vibration of who we are, of having a beautiful, clean earth. Respecting our earth is part of that. So, by doing any of these 13, you're choosing to add light to the world. And that's where I was going with this. It's like I may feel powerless to affect change across the world, across my country, but I can choose to have a positive effect to the environment around me. I can choose to be lightness where in a lot of places we look, we see darkness. And I think that's important. I think that for me today, Friday, my last broadcast of the week until Monday, to espouse to be lightness, to maybe cause some of that ripple effect, for you to then cause some ripple effect. Many of you have lots of friends, lots of family, and do some of these gestures. Do any one of these 13. If you have some, put them in the comments, because I really love to know what you think. What are things you do? There are limitless. I just chose 13 and a bonus. And it was simple for me to come up with these. What are yours? Do your own. You don't need to follow what I said. You know in your own heart what will show a gesture of love to someone or to yourself. You may need it yourself. You may have had a hard week. It is Friday after all. Or maybe it's your Monday and you're just starting work. I used to start my work week on a Friday, and I liked it. But we all have our Fridays, and we all have people around us that we can affect, that we can do something nice for, that we can show a gesture of love, that we can show a gesture of kindness, and choose it. Choose love. Choose love over darkness. And I will be putting Simon's group in the comments so that you can find 5 Things Clear. It's an important group. It is, I'm looking if I have it handy and I could just do it now, but I don't. But I want to say thank you. I want to say, thank you. It is not easy to, and maybe you should do this every day. And I'm saying, wonderful. You are the example you want to be. To do any one of these 13 things and the bonus of Simon Jordan's 5 Things Clear, awesome. It builds community when you say hello to people as you're walking by them, looking people in the eye when you pass them on the street. Or just that nod when you're getting on the elevator, the acknowledgement that, yes, I know you're there. The little libraries, that's my favorite. Saying thank you. Give those compliments on Facebook this week, or put some of your ideas in the comments. I'd really appreciate hearing those already. Millie just can't stand it anymore. Stop it. She's nudging my arm. Alrighty, so I want to say thank you for joining me here this morning. I really do appreciate it. And I want to give me your thumbs up, give me your hearts. It will help spread this to our community. Facebook really likes the hearts. I like to see hearts. I like seeing hearts when I watch these, when I put on the subtitles. So show that kindness this weekend. And if you feel that this has been, something worthwhile, share it. Please feel free to share it. I really do. I do these, because I can, because I want to. And then I get started on the rest of my day. It's a great way for me to start my day. And I want to say thank you. And I look forward to you joining me on my next Facebook Live. All right. Ta-ta for now.